Give me a D and a G. It's the Dawg and Gus Show. It's the Dawg and Gus Show.
Welcome to the Dawg and Gus Show.
Now on Be Kind Radio.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do we got going on today?
Well, you know, we're going to talk to a very talented young lady out in Alberta.
Yeah. Brettyn Rose, what's shaking?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
So great to meet you. Thank you
Great.
for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I'm really excited to chat with you guys today.
Yeah, we love music, so you're a musician. This is going to work out really nicely. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just
Good.
might.
It just might come together.
might.
Okay.
So if someone's never heard of Brettyn Rose, what's the real intro?
The real intro of just like myself.
Sure.
Well, I would say I'm a country artist. I'm from Okotoks, which is like 20-30 minutes south of Calgary. I've grown up in music my entire life. It's all I've ever done. I grew up training like classically in piano and music theory and voice, and I was in show choir and I love all of those kind of things. And I was also like always in creative outlets. I was in art classes and dance as a kid, and music is literally all I've ever done and all I ever want to do.
That's a good answer. Yeah. You're in the right business then.
Yeah, definitely.
Following your dream.
That's it. So why country music?
Country for me, I fell in love with it because of the storytelling aspect of the genre. Like I didn't grow up listening to country music. That wasn't really what my family's jam was not that. And so I kind of found country music and found my love for it myself as I got older. And it was because of the storytelling. As I was young and started growing up and learning guitar and started to write songs, the storytelling just came really naturally. And that's what I loved about songwriting, obviously, is the stories. And then I found country music that's the foundation of it. And so I think that's really why I fell in love with country.
Is there any artist that comes to mind that was your beginning source?
Ooh, being in Canada, I listened to a lot of Shania Twain and Taylor Swift, the early Taylor Swift. I feel like as a young female, that's kind of hard not to be a little bit inspired by Taylor Swift. I love like George Strait, Johnny Cash. I listen to it all.
George Strait. And Johnny
I love
Cash.
George Strait.
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
one's the
they're
king,
okay.
buddy. The
Okay.
king.
One's the king and the other one's George Strait.
Yeah. There's a cool, my buddy has a sign, like as you walk into his house, and it's like shoes off unless you're George Strait. It's the only one.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Boots off, it says.
Okay.
Boots off. Yeah,
Yeah.
boots
I
off.
probably have the same role. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's something people assume about you that's completely wrong?
Oh, that is a really good question. I don't know. Assume about me that is wrong? I don't even know. Maybe that I'm like, sometimes people think I'm really extroverted, which I'm definitely not. I feel like I'm an extroverted introvert. I feel like I definitely like my alone time. I like to just chill and recharge, but I also love talking to people and being out and about and doing things. But I think people maybe don't realize that I'm more of an introvert than I seem. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
That's such an
yeah.
interesting question.
Yeah.
It's funny because you're sitting talking to an introvert and an extrovert. So
Yeah.
you can figure
There
out
you
which
go.
one's which.
I'm in the middle somewhere. It flip flops all the time, really.
Yeah, I get that too.
Yeah, but you do. I don't.
Yeah, you don't understand that.
I
Yeah.
I have to.
No, he doesn't.
Things happening. I need to be talking to get energy. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
So what did you have a moment where you thought, hey, this music thing might actually work for me?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if I've ever really had one of those moments because, as I kind of said, music's really all I've ever done in my life. It's really all I know. And I grew up luckily with a very supportive family and a family that instilled into me and my siblings, like whatever our passions were and our dreams were, that we could chase them. And if we worked hard at it, it might work out. And so I feel like it's never not been an option for me to pursue my dream of music. And so I feel like it's really all I've ever done and all I've ever known, which is really awesome. But yeah, I don't know if I've had an exact like moment like that because of that reason.
Yeah, fair enough. And as an introvert, so what's your extrovert? Sorry. What's your energy like before a show versus like after a show?
Ooh, I definitely like still get a little nervous when I play shows. I think I just tell myself it's because I care, I want to do well, obviously. But I think, and then afterwards, I definitely feel more relaxed and chill, and also like on kind of an adrenaline high after a show. But before, and I find my nerves are more like anticipation nerves than actual nerves of like believing if I can do it or not. I think it's more just like, okay, I'm like ready to go. So waiting around, like between sound check and a show, sometimes you have like hours to kill. And so that like in between time, sometimes I'm just like, I get anxious because I don't know what to do with myself. But afterwards, I'm definitely more relaxed and chill and like feel excited after a show.
How would your closest friends describe you versus your fans?
Oh, I honestly feel like it would be really similar. I'm definitely a person I can't hide really how I'm feeling very well, or I'm very like what you see is what you get kind of person. I'm not really, I would say, different between who I am. Obviously, on stage, you kind of have to like step into, I feel like, a greater version of myself, kind of a more confident, like you're performing. It's still me though, if that makes any sense. But I would say like fans and friends would say I'm the same way. I mean, I would hope, because that's what I try to do. I don't try to be any different, but I'm just always trying to be myself.
Good way to be. When did music go from like like you said you've been in music, but you were obviously it was a hobby at one point, but when did it become serious?
I think when I started playing shows, I picked up a guitar when I was 13, and that's kind of when songwriting kind of came naturally as a second progression. And then I started playing shows out in Calgary at like youth jams and stuff, because there was a group of us youth that were all underage, couldn't really play in a lot of bars or anywhere, but some bars in Calgary had like a youth night, and we'd all go there and jam. And then I feel like that's when I really started to experience performing and performing my own music. And I think I just like caught a bug there, and I just wanted to keep doing it. So I think maybe that was around 15 or 16, maybe, that I was like, I just want to play shows.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, when we talked a little bit about your early influences, your first influences, were they singer-songwriters, or was it just country music in general?
No, I would say one of my like very early memories, and really like memories of hearing and really like soaking in music, was listening to Sheryl Crow as a kid. And I feel like she is such a singer-songwriter. She's an amazing storyteller and songwriter. And so I feel like that like subconsciously seeped into my brain, because that's like the first album I can remember like listening to in the car and remembering all of the words to. Like I forget what album it was. I think I listened to a bunch of it, but like Soak Up the Sun and First Cut Is the Deepest and If It Makes You Happy, like those songs. And I feel like those are such, looking back at it now as an adult, those are such storytelling songs. So I feel like that's kind of where I really got the foundation of that storytelling that I love.
Nice. Did your parents play that in the car, and then you got to listen to it? Are they, because that's not a song that you would go to, or artist you'd go to as a young person that's of your
No.
age, right?
Yeah, and that was like one of the earliest memories I have, period. Like I think I was like maybe 5 or 6. So my mom must have been playing that in the car. Like my dad listened to a lot of like classic rock, like Octane, which was like not my jam. And then my mom listened to like Sheryl Crow, and she was kind of in rock as well, but she loved 80s. I remember listening to a lot of like the 80s on 8 station on the radio, and some rock as well. But she was kind of like, she had a more eclectic taste in music. So I kind of just picked up a little bit of everything, I guess. And I feel like I still to this day listen to a lot of different stuff. I'm definitely not set on one thing. If it's good music, I'll probably be listening to it. But yeah, Sheryl Crow specifically is the one that I really, really remember in my brain.
I'm trying to remember. I see the album cover in my head. I just don't remember what it's called. I was just trying to remember it, just to, to be impressive and stuff, and it didn't happen.
It'll come.
All right.
It's gonna like show up.
Yeah, it'll show up just after you leave. It'll be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was her debut album. I think it was just called Sheryl Crow. It's like
Yeah.
her with like it's kind of like a dark cover, and kind of just her looking like kind of sad.
What's
I feel like-
what's that song though? Like what's this other song that I'm trying to remember?
well, If It Makes You Happy is one of the big ones that she had.
But there was the one it's a great. I just had such a crush on Sheryl Crow. She was such a babe, so I was like really.
Still is.
Yeah, she's still.
Sorry, Miss Sheryl Crow.
Yeah,
And talented too.
it'll come to me too.
So, what was your first real break or opportunity?
My first what? Sorry?
Real break into the industry, or your opportunity? What was the first one that you can recall?
Ooh, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if I have a specific moment, but I feel like when I put out my very first single out into the world, my very first release, I feel like that was kind of a moment where I was like, okay, I can maybe do this. Or I feel like every release I've grown a little bit more and checked off different things on my goal list every release, which I think is really cool, because it shows I've been growing each release. But I feel like that first release into the world, I kind of was like, ooh, I'm here and I want to grow and do this. I would say probably that.
What sacrifices did you have to make early on?
I feel like because it was a passion, it never really felt like I was sacrificing, but like I would dedicate as much time as I could to music. And like I did I think from grade 7 or 8, I did school online. I switched to online school. I did high school. I fast-tracked my high school and did it in 2 years, all online, just so I could take lessons during the day, play gigs on the weekend, not have homework or anything to worry about. So I feel like I just dedicated myself to it, and I still do. So I guess maybe that would be a sacrifice. I didn't go to real school. I didn't like go to high school parties or whatever, things like that. But I just wanted to do music, so that's what I did. It didn't really feel like a sacrifice though.
No, because you're doing what you love. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
So the album Sheryl Crow was the second album, and
Okay.
originally it was Tuesday Night Music Club, which is the album I remember because it was All I Want to Do was on that album, and that was the song I was talking about.
Okay.
The one you're thinking of is self-titled.
Yes,
Okay, Sheryl Crow, yeah.
Number 2.
second album.
Yeah.
Because All I
The other
Want
one
to
I
Do
remember
is
is like her. It's like it's really like a white cover with her playing with the guitar maybe on it, some blue. I don't know. That's kind of what sticks out in my brain. But yeah, love it.
I have a question. So if you when you put art out for your music, do you think about those albums when you remember certain things about it that you just mentioned? Does a lot of thought go into those things when you're trying to put out a single or you're putting out an EP or an LP? The art, is that a part of it that you really want to have a focus on?
Definitely. I feel like I'm a very visual person. I'm a visual learner. I definitely like see things. So I can kind of see a vision for a song. I don't know if I can always execute it myself, but I always kind of have a visual in mind of how I want it to look. And I definitely, been listening to music myself as a listener, I definitely connect the visuals to the music. And I think it's so cool to kind of give the story that the song has a visual representation of it, because that's the whole point, is we're trying to tell the story. And for me, each song that I've released has like a true story or part to my own life. So I think giving it that visual representation is really fun for me too. And so yeah, a lot of thought definitely I put into how I present the song to the world as well. I think it's really fun to do that.
Yeah, very true. Okay, I have to ask this question because you're a country artist. Which way do you fall on the hats versus no hats country artists?
I mean, I really like the hat. The hat look is really cool. Love that. I love to wear like a trucker hat, but I've never been like, I don't have like a official like cowboy hat or nice hat. I think I have a lot of hair, so it's kind of hard to wrangle underneath the hat sometimes. I mean, I don't really think I have like a firm stance opinion on that. That's also a good question. I feel like it depends on the person. It depends on who they are as an artist, I guess. I feel like that's such a personal thing I can't really judge on.
The reason I asked is because the two people you said were a hat act and a non-hat act. Because Johnny Cash didn't wear a lot of hats, and George Strait never not wears a hat. So
yeah,
not sure.
Yeah,
And
no, I think and both suit them really well. So I mean, I can't imagine George Strait without a hat, and it's hard to imagine Johnny Cash with one.
It's true. Johnny had good hair though.
Yeah, he had a good head of hair. That's
good head of hair. I don't know what George's hair looks like.
Well, maybe that's why they wear the hats.
It's like,
and that could be.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why Brettyn doesn't wear a hat, because she has a very nice head of hair.
She's got a luscious head of hair.
I never really. That's why this has become kind of like my little signature look, because I don't really know what else to do with it, but it's kind of become its own thing now. It's my own hat thing, I guess.
Nice. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you write from personal experience or create characters and vibes?
I definitely write more from personal experience. I just find that's easier for me, because songwriting, like if I was doing music or not, I feel like I'd always still be writing songs, because that's just how I process my feelings and things that I'm experiencing in my life. So I feel like it's fun to write from other characters and make those kind of stories up, or if I'm writing like with other artists and kind of helping them bring one of their stories to life, I think is really cool and really fun. But for me personally, in all the songs I've released, there's always at least some bit of truth in them. If not, they're like very autobiographical, which I think is kind of fun. And it's a little scary sometimes to put out those stories and feelings, but I also feel like it's kind of my purpose in songwriting, so I also want to do it even if it's scary.
Yeah, nice.
Yep, that's as songwriters ourselves, we understand that.
Well, no, I think that the best songs come from personal experience.
Yes, that's the answer we get most of the time.
Yeah, and people relate to it better, I find.
Totally,
it's gotta be real, right? Like it's
like fiction versus nonfiction.
Yeah. Let me ask you.
I totally agree.
Yeah, let me ask you a question about that. Because I know a lot of covers are done. Like I keep going back to George Strait. He's not a songwriter.
No,
but
he's not.
I would love to ask him what his process is for picking songs, because guys who don't write their own stuff, it has to hit them. Like they have to, like, there's got to be some kind of connection in this. Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, I could do this song, and I can make it believable, that people say, hey, that's a really great song, George. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying?
He has, what, 50 plus number ones or something?
Oh, he's had probably around 70 now.
Yeah,
since that came out. Yeah,
it's like so many, and I love, like, Dean Dillon is such an amazing songwriter. He wrote a lot of George Strait songs, and it's so cool. And listening to George Strait sing them, you would never know they're not his songs. Or another one that comes to mind is, like, I think think it's called Dirt Cheap, a Cody Johnson song that was like super big, is also, he didn't write that and he's not a big songwriter kind of guy either, but like listening to that song, there's so much emotion in it and it would feel like a total true story. So I think that's the magic of songs, is that even I feel like I could, like, that song hits me emotionally and I can't personally relate to that song at all. But I think that's the magic of songwriting and music, and that's why I love it so much, is because you can be listening to something and connect with it. And I think that's always my goal with music, is to hopefully connect with people that way.
And I think writers are actually very good at writing for their people too.
Well, especially when you find the right people to write your songs, right? Then it kind of becomes, are they writing the songs for you?
Well, for sure, because I mean, Straight has his style. So,
Oh my God, has he ever?
Yeah. So
Really?
And
Yeah.
then Johnny's wrote some songs, obviously, but
He wrote most.
But Chris wrote a lot of songs.
Well,
for him, too.
he covered a lot of Chris Christopherson, but he also took a lot of the old, like the very, like, you know, it's 40s and 50s stuff. But he did write a bulk of his stuff, but he did cover a lot.
Yeah, it's true. Do your best songs come quickly or do they take time?
I feel like overall I'm a very slow songwriter, right? Or I feel like I stew on my ideas for a long period of time, and then they kind of like feel ready to come out. Then they usually come out easier. And I have my own thing where I sometimes struggle if I get stuck and I get in my own head and then I just get in my own way. So I feel like I'm usually more on the slow side, but sometimes the songs just like seem to fall out of the sky. And of course there's some that take like no time at all or seem to go really quick. But I definitely I'm a very like analytical person, so I like to take my time and process the idea or the feeling that I want to write about, and maybe write a little more on the slow side.
Do you prefer writing by yourself or collaborating with somebody?
I usually do most of my writing in like co-writes. I think it's fun to have, like I said, I get stuck sometimes and I'll just get in my own way. So it's kind of nice to have at least another person there to bounce ideas off of, or to hear their ideas and hopefully get a little unblocked. But I definitely always kind of like, going back to the visualization thing too, I can kind of, when I get the idea, I can visualize the song or visualize the title or the feeling that I want to convey. And so then I sometimes feels more personal, and I'll kind of construct those ideas first and then bring them to a write. But I definitely love co-writing. I think it's really cool and really fun.
Nice. Yeah. It'd be fun to, like, it's good to have a partner.
I think it would probably, if I was ever to try that, I think I would like to have somebody else with me.
Yeah. Like podcasting.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
It'd be weird just being the Gus Show.
Yeah, it's fun to have like a soundboard of another person's ideas, because two brains can sometimes be better than one, and maybe not in all cases, but I know for me, I think it's pretty fun.
Certainly not here.
Well, whatever. What do you mean?
You went and said the Gus Show. You've actually thought about it.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Well, what about the Dog Show? Then everybody would think like,
I
what
didn't
is
mean
this?
to
Are
stir
we
the pot
talking to
here.
shepherds? Are we talking to like
The
Cocker
sheepdog-
Spaniels or
Dog Show?
Exactly.
Well,
Another good Alberta band, by the way.
I will never.
No, they're from Saskatchewan.
I'll never leave you.
I don't know. Sheepdog.
The sheepdogs, I feel like they're from Alberta. I actually have no idea.
Let's say they are. Let's just
I think
own
they're
it.
I think they're from Saskatchewan, but I could be wrong.
I also could there.
Yeah. What's your typical songwriting process?
I usually I'm a big melody gal. I love coming up with melodies, or those usually come to me first. I usually get, though, like a title or a feeling or like something in my life that's happened that I know I want to write about, and then I kind of know the vibe where I want it to be like upbeat or mid-tempo or sad, or I kind of know that. But then I usually gravitate towards constructing kind of a melody first, a melody roadmap, if you will, and then kind of fitting lyrics into that first. And like I said, sometimes I stew on ideas for quite a while, just like in my own brain. I don't even sometimes write them down. I just like think about them for days and days before I maybe have a writing session, or I have some time to sit down and write them. But I feel like if they're stewing in my brain, I know they might be a good idea because I can still remember it, or I'm still subconsciously thinking about them. But yeah, definitely melodies first and kind of the idea as a whole.
Have you ever, speaking, because you are a songwriter, I'm looking back at your early stuff and going, I really want to redo that. Or are you just like, no, we're good?
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm good to like leave that where it was, because I feel like I started writing when I was like 13, and I put out my first single when I was 18, I think. And I think I'm really proud of those songs and those songwriting for like what it was and what it is. But I feel like I've grown so much, and like now I'm in my mid-20s, and like I feel like I've just grown so much that I'm cool leaving those where they were. I think they're good for what they are, but I'm also happy how I'm growing as a writer as well.
Yeah, that's great. What's a song that means more to you than fans realize?
Ooh, that's a good question. I really like my song Wild West that I put out last year. When I Stop Loving You is also really important to me. It has a really personal story. My partner, my boyfriend, has 3 autoimmune diseases, and so I kind of wrote that one about wanting to express to him that like his health issues or anything that would happen in our lives could never like come between us. So I feel like that one has a really deep personal message to me, and I have some new music coming out soon also that is like very personal and real to my own life, and so I think those ones people will maybe hopefully see that they're really honest and really important to me in my life.
That's great.
What's we're gonna change up a little bit. What's something that people don't understand about the industry?
That's a really good question. I feel like maybe as an artist, people don't, from the outside looking in, don't see that as an artist, especially an independent artist, of how many hats you have to wear and how many different things you have to do. Like that you have to, there's like bookkeeping and you have to like book your own shows and promote and do social media is like its own full-time thing. And on top of just like writing songs and creating, because that's what people see, and performing, that's what people see as an artist. But behind the scenes, you're doing so many other things. And so I think that's definitely a misconception about the industry from people who aren't in it. And it's not just as simple as like showing up and singing. Like that's not even half of it.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of hats to wear for you guys.
Yeah. I honestly really like it though. I love learning every aspect and doing it and just like how to like run a business and grow in that way. I think it's really cool to know all aspects of it as well.
Do you like social media?
I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with it. Obviously, it's a big important part, but it's also so draining sometimes to like feel like you have to make content out of your life all the time. Like sometimes I just don't want to look at my phone and just put it down, or I don't want to bring my phone to every outing and like feel like I need to record content all the time. And it's also such a highlight reel. It's easy to fall into that comparison game, especially in music, and see what other people are doing. But it's also great to connect with people. Like I also see it, the value in it in that way, is you can reach people from across the world or grow your fan base that way. So it's definitely got its pros and its cons, and I go back and forth on how much I like it all the time.
Yeah.
I definitely have a love-hate relationship with it.
Me too.
No,
Yeah.
You love it more than you hate it.
That's not true.
No, it's not true.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's, I like it. It's a tool, but
Yeah.
I also don't like the fact that I have to continue to always make content.
Yeah,
Twi-
I agree. I probably wouldn't be on social media as much as I am if I wasn't in this career, for sure.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
great.
For our podcast, and then I'm self-employed as well, so that I have to create other content as well. So it's like it is
Yeah.
a lot, and it's hard to sometimes you get in those rabbit holes of looking at other stuff, and you're like, God, I got to put my phone away.
Yeah, and then
Totally.
he's got to take time to force me to do stuff too. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
you are.
so easy to get sucked into it for good or bad.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
As long as you get away out.
Yeah, you got to have some time where you just put the phone away, turn it off, and just walk away and read a good book or something.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love reading, so I have a little bookshelf here. I love to read, so that's definitely a good way to get off your phone.
Yeah, that's why I kind of said it.
Yeah, you knew what you were doing.
Yeah, I knew what I was talking about.
Good segue.
Yeah, I was creeping your pictures. I noticed a lot of books. So what are you reading right now?
I am currently listening. I just finished a book the other day. I'm listening to an audiobook. It's called The Lake of Lost Girls. I can't remember the author, but I listen to read a lot of mystery and thrillers, psychological thrillers. Those are my favorites. So that's usually what I'm reading. Something along those lines.
Used to do that too.
Yeah, that's your gang. That's your.
Yeah, that's my shtick.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm
Nice.
all about the self-help book.
Well, no, I read those too.
I read a lot of stupid help
I
self-help.
No,
don't. I can never get into those.
I have a couple favorite artists.
Oh, I have a book here that my sister told me to read. I'm going to tell you about. It's called Marching Powder.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is about a guy that was traveling, and he went to this area that was like a prison, but you could go in. You could like cruise there. You could stay there. It was almost like it was really weird, but there was a huge cocaine ring going on through that, and it's called Marching Powder. So I'm gonna read this. South
Okay,
America.
that sounds
It's called South America's strangest jail. So random.
Okay, that sounds
random
really
plug. Random plug for Rusty Young. He's
Yeah.
an Aussie guy that wrote this.
Aussie.
Okay, cool. That sounds like a really good book. Yeah, I love books.
That'd be cool because that's like 25 years old. So it's like, and I didn't really realize it, but my sister was in town and she's like, "You got to read this book." It's really not my style, but sometimes you got to change it up, you know?
Definitely got to switch it up once in a while. Can only read so many thrillers and mysteries.
That's right.
And Where's Waldo?
Yeah, you love that one too.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
best one ever.
yeah.
What
You
a
like
classic.
yeah,
Classic.
my daughters are all about that stuff.
Yeah, good brain
Um,
teeth.
So going on that social media portion, like how important do you find branding versus talent is today?
Oh, well, I definitely think having a brand and kind of something that people can identify and connect you with is important, but I definitely don't think it's the whole story. And I know for me, like being in this industry like my whole life and growing up, people always like, what's your story? What's your brand? And I was like, I don't know. I'm not even grown up yet. Like it's kind of hard. And I feel like it just develops naturally over time as you experience life and being in the industry and just like getting experience. So I think it's important, but I definitely don't think it's the whole, like the whole story. I think talent and brand, you probably need a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think talent will always outweigh the brand.
Oh, I
but-
think so too.
because
Mhm.
like you said, if you're young, they kind of force something on you when you don't. You know what I mean? Like they sort of say you need to do like this or this and this and this, and then they push you out. You know, maybe not in your situation, but like some of these artists that are young, and they just
Yeah.
push them out, and they just sort of they make them a certain way, and then eventually those artists that are actually super talented. I think of Miley Cyrus for one. Like they had her sort of like a
Yeah.
really one way, and then she sort of went,
Mhm.
no, this is really me over here, right? So
Totally. I
yeah,
feel
I
like
don't know.
growing up and finding out who you are is like an important part of life, with or without music. But it definitely, when you're putting yourself in the public eye to do music, people can definitely see that growth and that change. And it's like, I feel like I've only figured out my brand and who I want to be and go as an artist in the last like 5 years. So it's definitely an important part and it just takes time. And that could change, like maybe I'll 180 like Miley Cyrus. Who knows?
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, I think it's when you're on a label, they're looking for the next so and so, right? They're looking for the next Miley Cyrus, the next Taylor Swift, or whatever. As an independent artist, you're just like, I just want to get me out there and just like sing my songs, you know?
Exactly, yeah, and like going back to what we were talking about earlier too, of like me just always being myself. I don't think I could try to be somebody else when putting myself out there. Like I feel like that'd be exhausting to try and be yourself and then also be kind of somebody else and have like a different identity or persona in music. That would be so tiring to me. So definitely being yourself, I think, is the way to go.
I agree.
Yeah, undoubtedly. I mean, some people do kind of, when they're with a big label, they want to be big, right? Like they just kind of got that,
Yeah.
and they're like, well, okay, maybe I could do it for a little bit, and then they kind of get trapped in,
Oh, Lady
whatever,
Gaga,
and then
Lady
all of a sudden,
Gaga, like Lady Gaga, and stuff
yeah,
like
they've lost their identity. I know Pink she has a song with some lyrics in it that are like, we love everything about you, but we want you to change everything
Mhm.
about you. Like I don't, it's not a direct quote, but it was just like that kind of hit me.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely think that happens when are on big labels, or I feel like sometimes you can even hear it in artists that you like if you discovered them before they were on a big label and then after you can kind of hear how the label influenced their music sometimes, and for good or for bad.
It's an industry, right? They're in it to make money.
It's a
Yeah.
business. It's a business, buddy.
And you picked the one genre that's notorious for that.
Yeah.
For pushing people, like, look at the 90s country music. It's like all these hat acts came out all at the same time and they all sounded the same and they looked the same. And it's like, oh my God, he doesn't look the same. He was never the same.
No, I love Dwight
He
Yoakam.
was one of the ones that kind of,
He had to wear a hat though, no hair.
well, yeah, he was kind of,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying is like, even now, like in the country, the newer country, I'm just like, I'm listening, I'm going, I don't know who that is. And then the next artist, I don't know who that is, but they sound the same.
Oh,
And
there's
that's Nashville country going, this is what we want. This is what the sound that's making
Yeah.
money,
Mhm.
sadly.
super talented people in that
They will
sphere.
find their way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you're right.
Yeah, they will find their way.
Yeah. It's
What's
true.
been-
There's always everything's so cyclical, and it definitely has every genre and every industry has its trends. So we're definitely in one right now for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Random question. You just robbed a bank. You're in your car and you're driving away. What song's playing?
Oh, I don't even know. That is what a question. One of my guilty pleasure songs that just like hypes me up all the time, or I put it on if I'm in a bad mood or something, is Tight Fitting Jeans by Conway Twitty. So maybe that's
Yes.
It's a great
yeah.
song.
So I feel like
It's
if
a
I
very
rob
good
the bank, I'm feeling good. I want to like jam out a little bit. That's probably what I'm putting on.
And we usually answer it as well, this song,
Yeah.
this question. To keep it in the country vein, and because we were just talking about Dwight, I'm going to go with Streets of Bakersfield with him and Buck Owens.
Nice song.
Nice.
If I'm going to do country.
Put you on the spot, brother.
That's what a question. Now I'm gonna be thinking about that more. I feel like I need to
I'll go
I need a
lonely.
Robbie playlist
Yeah,
now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we could create a playlist and I'll send you them. We should actually do that actually because we're trying to remember all the people that.
Oh my God.
Insane.
I should, or like everyone who's answered that question.
Yeah, I know. I have to go. I have a whole week to go through. Then I'd be a long time.
Yeah,
Lonely, Ornery, and Mean by Waylon Jennings.
Waylon Jennings.
Yeah, I'll do
that's a
that
good one. That's a good answer for that.
He's my guy. So.
Yeah, he's your guy.
Yeah,
your guy.
Yeah, totally.
How do you stay consistent in such a competitive market?
Ooh, I think it just goes back to staying always true to myself, which is sometimes hard. It is easy to get sucked into like what's trending right now, what might be trending in 1 or 2 years, like what should I be looking for in the future, or maybe I should sound like this person and this person combined. Like it's really easy to do that. But I find I've been the most happy and proud of the music that I release when it is just what I want to do or what I like. And like I said, my personal taste and is changing and growing and evolving all the time. But I think in the long run, I want to be doing music for my whole life. I think so. For thinking in the long game, I just want to be as true to myself as I can because I feel like that'll hopefully get me the farthest in the.
Good answer. What's driving you right now?
Ooh, I feel like the last like year and a bit, I feel like I've caught like a few glimpses and checked a few things off my goal list that I've always wanted to, and so I feel like that has been motivating me to continue to work hard and continue to grow and push myself because I want to keep checking those little things off a list and just seeing how far I can take music because that's the dream. That's what I want to do forever. So I think just seeing those little yeses sometimes is motivation to keep going amidst all of the no's that you get in this industry.
Good one.
Very good. These young people with these awesome answers are just like, it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. How do you deal with self-doubt?
Ooh, sometimes I let myself sit in it for a bit. Like I feel like I'm a very self-aware person. I love psychology. Like I have a degree in psychology, which is kind of pairs well. I feel like with music and I feel like it's allowed me to be very aware of myself. So when I'm feeling those self-doubt, I'll just like accept it, see why I'm feeling it, maybe think why. Usually for me it has to do with social media and seeing what other people are doing. I definitely get sucked into that comparison game sometimes. So I know that's when I have to like put my phone down, or for me I look back at what I have accomplished or what I've done and how the growth that I have, because I'm a very like, if I do something, I'm like, what can I do next already? I don't really sometimes let myself sit with like, wow, I did this, or like I just accomplished this goal that I've had. So I feel like just reflecting back on, okay, I've done X, Y, and Z, like you're doing good, and that helps me kind of ground myself again to be like, we're good. We don't need to be having self-doubt. We don't need that here.
Good. Speaking with you just for over half an hour, I have to say self-awareness is definitely a strong suit for you. That's good. I love that. Yeah,
Very much so.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
We could use a into that.
I could use a little bit more of that myself.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Because Gus always asked that robbing the bank question, I had to come up with one of my own.
Oh, here we go.
No, okay.
Yeah, it's a little morose, but you've died. Sorry, Brett, you've died. And you've gone to hell. Sorry again.
Oh.
And your punishment for being in hell is that you're stuck in an elevator for the rest of eternity listening to what song?
Like she can or does it have to be?
She better like it. She's in there the rest of her life. Or it could be something that's going to torment her for the rest of her life.
The last song she can ever listen to.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never gotten sick of tight fitting jeans yet, so that could be I also, gosh, what song? I mean, I love Fleetwood Mac, like maybe like Chains or Dreams. That's
great show.
But yeah, I feel like that would also be a song I could listen to and not get sick of.
What a song.
But remember, there's no lyrics. It's elevator music.
Now you're changing it.
No, you're stuck in an elevator, dude. It's always elevator music.
Oh, okay, so no lyrics. Then I feel like probably something Fleetwood Mac. I love the production on their stuff is really cool. I'm gonna stick with that.
There you go. That's a good answer.
I'm gonna need to think about that.
Especially that Rumors album, that whole Rumors album.
Oh yeah. It's one of my favorite albums ever. I love that album.
I'll tell you a story about that if you want, if you'll indulge me.
Yes,
my folks, like my mom, every Sunday would put on the Rumors album. Like it was just part of the Sunday routine. In the afternoon, she's making dinner or whatever. I'm downstairs and I'm just like loathing the fact that she has to play Fleetwood Mac every Sunday, that same album. And then, it eventually goes into CCR and then to a lot of like Motown and stuff like that, but now older me loves all that stuff. It's like the Rumors album to me is one of the greatest albums ever made. Like it's just such a start to finish incredible incredible stuff. But yeah, so there you go. You can hate it as a young person. You can love it when you're older.
Perfect. It never goes out of style. It's so
That's right.
classic.
Yeah. Yeah, I was more obtuse then. I just sort of like I didn't want to hear it again.
Yeah, that's so fair. What about you guys for if you were in an elevator in hell? What would
She
you
did
guys listen
spin it
to?
around.
Look at her, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Now I feel like now I need a bank robbing playlist and an elevator music playlist.
Seriously. Well, I'm thinking if I'm in hell, it's not going to be something I enjoy.
Well, no, you get to choose.
Well, it's going to be no, but it's not because
But that's the mind.
yes, because
That's why I was like, me too. I was like, should I go with something I hate?
I'm
I
going
don't
with
know.
that. I'm going with something I hate, and it would be either Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby, or Snow's Informer, because those drive me crazy.
Although Vanilla Ice is a good choice because the beat is all you hear, and the beat is the Queen beat.
That's right. So I could just pretend I'm
Deal
listening
with
to
that.
Queen. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's
Queen,
Queen.
You could
Queen and David Bowie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love
so
that. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Song I hate. I'd have to say probably Barbie Girl. Not gonna be down.
Can you
with that.
imagine being stuck in an elevator listening to that the rest of your life?
Listening to that forever would be.
I'm gonna pray after this. I'm gonna get down on my knees.
It was hypothetical. No, none of us are going there.
It's true. Yeah, we're all good people.
Yeah. What are you working on right now, Brettyn?
Right now I'm just getting ready to release my debut EP next month. So I'm really excited about that. That's been in the works for a while. So yeah, that's kind of my main focus right now. And also I've been writing a bunch for the next project. So also looking forward to that. And I'm already itching to get back into the studio. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Nice. What should fans be excited about?
I think they should hopefully be excited about the EP, and there's a couple new tunes on there that aren't released yet, and they're probably my most honest, vulnerable, real songs that I've ever written and released. Like one of them I didn't even think would ever see the light of day. I just wrote it because I had to write it. So I hopefully that's something people can look forward to and hopefully connect with as well.
Nice. Sidebar: any hard copies going to be made of this EP? Or are we just
I
streaming?
don't know yet. I think for now just streaming, but I definitely hard copies is I think vinyl is what I would really love to work towards eventually one day. I'm a big vinyl guy. I love vinyls.
That's what I was aiming for.
Yeah, we want one.
Yeah, we like vinyl.
Yeah,
As soon as I got one, you guys will get one. Get a copy.
All right. Signed preferably by the artist.
Can do. I can
For
do that.
when you're huge one day, we'll be like,
Hey, remember us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, of course. That sounds
When
great.
I say when you're huge one day, I mean it. Like I'm putting it out there. For
Yep.
you.
I'm a
manifester.
Yeah, I'm a big manifester too, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Going back, like when you said you were nervous, like those nerves, I was told this once.
Yeah.
I've said it before. Being nervous and being excited is the same feeling on the inside. So if you change your mindset to say, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. And then that'll change, maybe remove some of that. But that's an awesome way to feel.
No, I do that all the time. Because it feels the exact same way, and I feel nerves I feel it in my body, like physically, the most than I do even like mentally or emotionally. So, and same with excitement, they feel the exact same in your body. So that's definitely a switch. Sometimes it's easier some days than other to do that, and visualizing, like manifesting the performance going well is also really helpful for me to calm my nerves.
Yeah, it's great.
I do that here.
Do you do that here?
No.
Maybe before you get on the mic?
No.
What a jerk.
Hype yourself up.
I got him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Do you have any collaborations coming up that maybe will be on not maybe this album EP, but the next one?
Ooh, no collaborations in the works right now, but definitely something I would not be opposed to. But yeah, kind of just writing for the next project. So who knows? Maybe a collaboration could pop up, but yeah, not right now.
What's different about your current phase, like of this album that's coming versus your previous work?
I think it's the most honest and real I've ever been. I feel like this EP was written like I was like 20 to 23, 24. And I feel like I experienced a lot of life in those periods of time. I feel like as everybody does when you're entering a real adulthood. So I feel like it's just real. Like I actually have real life experience now I can write about than when I was like 16 to 18 and not really much had happened yet. Now I have things and substance I can share. And I feel like I also have found what I want to sound like as an artist. I really feel confident and I really love the sound that I have now. Where I feel like as I was younger, you still are figuring that out. So I feel like really excited for people to see that. And now I kind of also know where I want to take the next project and continue to grow and explore that.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah.
So excluding the EP that's coming out, what's the next big goal?
Ooh, next big goal. I mean, I would love to do an album eventually. I think that's always something that's on the big goal list. And just get the EP out as much as I can, which I know is like a very broad goal, but I think that's always the goal. And I think, yeah, writing my best songs is definitely on my goal list. I'm, yeah, really looking forward to. I'm already like, my brain's already kind of going to the next project already, which is really fun and exciting. But yeah, I'm really excited for the people to hear this EP.
It's gonna be great. What about live shows and festivals and stuff like that? Is there any interest in that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Summer's booking up, which is really awesome, and I'm excited to get announcing some of those shows hopefully soon. But yeah, playing in the summer's the best time to play. Everyone wants live music and people are out and about, so it's really fun and yeah, it's booking up for the summer, which is great. So I'm excited to get out there and play some tunes. It'll be really fun.
Great.
Hey, we're going to circle back around to collaborations because, we always ask your dream collaboration. Who would you like to collaborate on a song with?
Gosh, I don't know. That's such a hot. You guys asked the real tough hitting questions here. I like it, but I don't know. I feel like maybe like Chris Stapleton, George Strait would be really cool.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Stapleton.
I saw both of them in concert last year, 2024, in December. It was Little Big Town, Chris Stapleton, and then George Strait on the same bill. And Chris Stapleton and George Strait came out and did their song together, and it was like so good. I was like singing anything with either of them would sound amazing just by default. So I think either of them would be really cool.
How good is Chris Stapleton?
I got so good. So good. Like I like him even better live. Like I've seen him twice now live. He's just so good. And I feel like he's your favorite artist's favorite artist. Like I feel like every musician just like loves and appreciates Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, Pink came on she was on an interview. I don't know if I showed you this, but
I think I saw it.
So Pink's talking to somebody and she's like, she asked Chris Stapleton to be on a song with her or write a song for her or whatever. And then he, at the end, he's just like so nonchalant. He's like, do you want me to sing with you on this one? And she's like, fuck yes, of course. Why would I be like, yes, like, yeah, it's just like, cause he's just so down to earth.
So unassuming, right?
Yeah. And I mean, even like someone else also going back was saying you don't like country music, and that's fine. You don't like country music, but anybody that says they don't like Chris Stapleton it's not true.
I don't trust it. No. I don't trust your taste at that point.
He's my favorite.
Says you don't like Chris Stapleton. Like I feel like if you have ears, you can tell that Chris Stapleton is an amazing artist and musician.
Yeah, and I saw him live at the Budweiser stage in Toronto, and just like the sound and how it was just miraculous. He was just so good.
Listen, good. Listen, the man can bring people to tears singing the national anthem.
Yeah, nobody else is good. Like,
come on,
like it's him and Whitney and him. Those are the two greatest ones ever.
Yeah, he's literally amazing. He could sing The Phone Book, and I would probably cry about it.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right, we'll do a couple quick hitters here. Okay. One song you wish you wrote.
Ooh, I really love Tin Man by Miranda Lambert, which I can't remember who actually wrote that song, but I love that song. Really wish I wrote that one.
Great song.
So far, the best crowd that you performed for?
I feel like I love songwriter round crowds. I feel like any songwriters round I've played, I love those crowds because the people are there to hear live music. They're there to hear original music and just the connection you make in the more intimate space. I love that about writers rounds. Those are my favorite.
Good one.
Mm-hmm.
Worst gig story.
Worst gig story? I feel like I played this show, was it last year or the summer before, and I showed up and I was playing a duo show with Chase Morgan, and we show up and the stage is like black, it's dark, that's covered in sound equipment. We were like, no one's here, and we were like, and then we eventually found out that we had to bring our own sound technician, and we were not told that, and it was like a mess. And luckily we had brought our own little portable PAs because we didn't really know what to expect, and we usually do that just in case. And so luckily we had those, but they were like, yeah, just go like into the room and like plug in your stuff. And we opened like their mechanical room. There's cables everywhere. It's like a mess of a room. And I was like, I don't even know. And then we figured it out. They didn't even turn the lights on the stage. It was dark. There was like no people there. It was just like a whole mess. So probably.
That sounds like a pretty bad one.
Yeah, it's a doozy.
Yeah, it was a little stressful, but we made it through.
Yeah. Favorite artist right now?
I love Ella Langley. Love her. I know she's like huge right now. I've been a fan of her before she like blew up, when she just had like her EP out. I was like love her. So she's probably my favorite right now.
She's coming to Ottawa. She's headlining.
She's coming to Bruce.
Oh, I'm so jealous. She hasn't come here yet. I've seen her live. I saw her down in Nashville. Like before she like super blew up, when I think she played at the Exit Inn, and I was like right at the barricade. It was like so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If music disappeared tomorrow, what would you do?
I'd probably write books. I'd probably be an author. I feel like I love that. Maybe a psychologist. I love talking to people and how people think and why they do the things that they do. I love that, but I'd honestly probably write books, be an author, which I guess is still kind of in the same vein, but yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It was a great answer to the question I asked. It seems like she's ready. She's ready for these hard-hitting questions.
Yeah. She hasn't paused.
I'm nervous. You guys are asking really good questions.
Oh no, don't. You're doing great.
No,
Fantastic.
Better than I would. What has music taught you about life?
I think it's taught me that the human experience, everybody experiences things, and that we're all really the same at our cores. We have the same feelings, and everyone has the same experiences. And I think it's so uniting. Music unites in that way that, not everybody is actually so different. So I think that's one of the biggest things that I've learned about life and music.
Music is universal. It's very
exactly.
It's therapy too.
Mm-hmm.
It's my therapy.
It sure is.
Yeah, same.
Do you think talent or consistency matters more?
Ooh, that's so tough. Again, I think it depends. I think you need, both to some extent, but I feel like consistency can go really far, but so can talent. And today's landscape, it's so, it's hard to tell because, someone could blow up and have no talent and no consistency, and someone could also blow up and be super talented and have been consistent. I don't know, that's so hard. I feel like I can't say for sure.
It is true. What are you still trying to figure out?
Ooh, I feel like everything. I feel like lots of things. I feel like I've grown up and being, adulting and stuff. I feel like nobody has anything really figured out. We're all kind of just trying our best. And I feel like that's comforting and scary at the same time. So I feel like I'm probably just trying to figure out things that everyone else is trying to figure out. Yeah, probably
That's
that.
a phenomenal answer.
That's the best answer
for sure. Because you'll never figure it out. You'll think you figured it out, and then you'll be figuring it out again. It's
Exactly.
a fantastic answer. What legacy do you want to leave?
I don't think I've ever really thought about that, but I feel like I'd love people to see that being true to yourself, and my little light died. Whoops. I think I would like people to just see that being true to yourself and working hard and just showing up in consistency can get you far, and you can also accomplish anything that you want to if you set your mind to it. If I get an idea in my head, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to make it happen no matter what. So I feel like that would be a cool legacy to leave behind.
Absolutely.
Yes, it would. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Don't say you'll do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
We're doing it. We're manifesting.
We're doing it. We're manifesting. Where can people find you?
You can find me on any social media platform, on any of your favorite streaming platforms, at Brettyn Rose, Brettyn. Some fun spelling there. And yeah, you can find me anywhere.
And what do you want your listeners to feel?
I feel like I want them to feel maybe whatever they are feeling. I feel like hopefully maybe they can find their story or their own experiences through my experiences. And like I said, even I can connect to songs that I can't relate to personally, but I feel like just if I can hit that emotional connection with people, that's always my goal, and hopefully people can connect to my music that way too.
Yeah, again, great answers. Any messages for people out there chasing their dreams?
I think just working hard and being yourself and showing up for yourself, I think, is really huge. If you're betting on yourself, bet on yourself 100%, and you never know how far you might go or where it could take you. And you won't know if you don't try. I feel like that's the other thing too, is I never want to not try, because I know I would regret that. I'm like 100% down the line. So I'd rather just give as much as I can and do it 100% than do it maybe 50 or 60%, because you just never know.
Don't dip your toe, just dive in.
True that.
Exactly.
All right, we ask everybody the same question. There's 2 decades of music that we talk about. It's the 80s or the 90s. Which one are you picking, and maybe a little why?
Oh, that's hard. I feel like maybe because I didn't grow up in either, so I feel like maybe the 80s, because I grew up listening to that the most with my mom, because that's the music she loves. But I also love 90s country is really good. Can I pick both?
Yeah, that's a dog answer.
That's my answer. I love that answer.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
90s. I'm 90s.
Oh no, because I'm a big 80s guy, but I love these country.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I love it. So that's a very good answer.
It's his
Okay, thanks.
His secret identity.
That's it.
These are hard questions. Yeah.
Well, Brettyn, thank you so much for joining us. That was a phenomenal interview. We really
goodness.
appreciate it. We really
Oh
appreciate
my gosh,
your time.
yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I really appreciate your time and wanting to chat with me.
Yeah. We're going to be following you, and we want big things for you. So that's fantastic. To
Yeah,
chat with
and
you.
when you start touring out of Alberta, you got to get out this way.
Yeah, come a little
Is it
east.
this way? Is
Just
it
a
this
little.
way?
Yeah, this way.
That way.
Whatever.
This way for me.
Actually, no.
That's the
That
plan.
way.
It's that way.
Yeah. Well, thank you,
Perfect.
Brett. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Just stay with us.
Dawg and Gus, Dawg and Gus, Dawg and Gus.